Would you believe if I told you that you could engage an AI conversational agent that can close sales, high ticket sales, with phone calls, and that AI agent is going to sound like a real human? Or would you believe if I told you that AI has become so good that it can replace the entire customer service team of a company? And you see, these AI agents will sound so much like a human. You will think it's a human that is making those calls. Now, if you doubt me, here is just a few seconds of a conversation that I had with an AI conversational agent that I built.
Thanks so much for hopping on the call today. This is Riley with Providor AI. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, Riley. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you making the time for this call. Here's what I'd love to do today. I'll ask you a few questions about your business and your sales process. Based on what you share, we'll figure out together whether there's a good fit here. Sound good?
Yeah, that's
all right. Perfect. Thank you for that. Let's start here. Can you tell me a bit about your current situation with sales and lead follow-up? What does that look like for you right now?
All right. In terms of leads and sales, I seem to be struggling to meet the targets that I have for getting the number of leads that I need to be able to meet my revenue targets. So that's where I am at the moment.
I hear you. Thanks for sharing that. What have you already tried trying to fix this? Anything you've put in place so far or steps you've taken?
Yeah, so we have tried to run ads, but then we realized that when we run those ads, we get leads and we struggle to follow up with the leads. And by the time we get to the leads and reach out to them, they're already cold. So that's where we are at the moment.
Got it. That makes sense. So ads are bringing in leads, but the follow-up isn't fast enough. And by the time you reach out, they're not interested anymore. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Now, this is just the first 1 minute of that conversation. Now, if you want to know how this was built and you also want to listen to an entire 9 to 10 minute conversation with this AI, watch this video to the end. Hello and welcome to this presentation. And in this presentation, I'm going to be showing you an automation for a call agent. Now, this automation may look very simple, as you can see, but this is a very, very, very powerful tool. And why is this so powerful? This is so powerful because this agent can make calls to prospects, it can close sales, and the voice sounds like a human voice, right? So this is a very, very powerful automation, which is built in N10 and then connects to VAPI, which is where we are going to put the system prompt, where the prompts, the logic, and everything that the agent is going to use to be able to make calls and to be able to close sales. All of that is created in VAPI. But then, as you can see here, the trigger is a form submission. So you can have a case or you can have a situation where the prospect fills a form, and then once they fill the form, they get a call, right? So we can put a delay. For instance, if I want them to fill the form and then let's say after 1 hour they get a call, I can put a wait note here, something similar to what I have here. I can put a wait note here and set it to wait for 1 hour, and then the call is being made. And then this basically is a note that normalizes the data that is being put there. And of course, once the data is normalized, it connects to VAPI, right? And then the call is being made, and then the output of the call, the log, and all of that is recorded. Now, let's look at VAPI. What do we do in VAPI? Now, here, this is the call agent built in VAPI, right? So if you scroll down, if I scroll further down here, you see the system logic that we built into this. So you are a sales consultant for Providor AI speaking on behalf of the AI sales goods product line, and all of that. And so the prompt basically defines what the agent should sound like. It defines the tone, it also the speech characteristics, and then the call objectives. It defines the call objectives, and then the logic. So what's the logic that it's going to follow, right? And then as well as the product details and all of that. Now, the logic that we built into this is such that it acts as a sales consultant. So as a sales consultant, it tries to understand the pain points of the client and then recommend solutions and also handle objections, right? So that's what this is built to do. Now, interesting thing before we go into the demonstration, and I'm going to show you how this works live. Now, the interesting thing about this is the cost per minute is just 11 cents. So the implication of this is that for an hour of calls, which is, or let's say 100 minutes of calls, is just going to cost $11. So you can imagine using an AI solution like this to make calls, and that call or those calls sound like a human that is calling the prospect, and all you're spending is less than $10 for an hour of a call. So even if it takes 20 minutes for you to be able to make a call and close it, this agent can do 3 of those in 1 hour at less than $10. So this is amazing, right? Now let's look at how this works. Now, to look at how this works, we're going to first of all fill a form, right? So that's the trigger. So let's fill the form with details. So assuming your client fills a form like this, and the form of course is embedded on your on your website. So let's say somebody comes to your website, fill the form, and then they enter their phone number. So now this is where I enter the phone number. So I have a US number that I'm using here. So I enter 832-821-3551, and then I enter the name of the company. So let's use Avian Consults, and then the company size 5 to 10, and then I hit submit. Now, while I hit submit, this is the app in which the number, as you can see, I'll bring it close. You can see I filled in the phone number right there, and I'm going to place this call. I'm going to submit this now, and let's see what happens, right, with this. Now you can see that I'm receiving a call. The call is coming in now. And so I'm going to pick this call and you see what it sounds like.
So much for hopping on the call today. This is Riley with Probador AI. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Riley. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So here's what I'd love to do on this call. I'll ask you a few questions about your business and what's going on with your sales process, and then we'll figure out together whether there's a good fit here. Sound good?
Yeah, that's great.
Awesome, thanks. Is it all right if I ask you a few questions to get a clear picture before we dig in?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect, thank you. Let's start simple. Tell me about your current situation with sales and lead follow-up. What does that look like for you right now?
All right. So at the moment, we are having challenges keeping up with the sales and or the leads that come in. We have delays, in following up with those leads. So a lead may fill a form, and sometimes it takes us about a week or two to get around to following up with those leads. And by the time we do that, it becomes a cold lead, and sometimes they've already gone with an alternative company. So that's where we are at the moment.
Got it. I hear you. That sounds frustrating, especially when you know those leads could be turning into sales. Can I ask, what have you already tried to fix this? Anything in place right now, or is it mostly manual?
Yeah, I think it's mostly manual. I'll say it's mostly manual. We basically rely on sales closers to be able to do this, and we have a limited number of sales closers, and so that affects our ability to be able to read these leads and close them on time.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. So, limited team, mostly manual follow-up, and leads getting cold before you can reach them.
Yes.
What's working right now, if anything? Or is it all feeling pretty stuck?
Okay, so at the moment, in terms of what's working, I think we're able to capture those leads very well. It's just the follow-up with the leads that is the problem.
That makes sense. So lead capture is solid, but follow-up is where things are breaking down. Got it. What are you hoping to achieve if you could fix this? What's the goal for you?
Yeah, so the goal for me is to be able to have to close more sales, basically. So to close more sales and get more, of course, make more income. That's the ultimate goal for me. Do you have a solution that can address that directly?
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, that's exactly the kind of thing we help with. Before I walk you through how we tackle it, can I ask a couple more things?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to make sure whatever I recommend. Great. Why is this a priority for you right now? What's pushing you to solve it at this moment?
Yeah, because we're not making the sales targets that we want to make, and so that's a challenge for us. We need to hit those targets, and we need a solution to be able to close the sales right on time.
I hear you. Not hitting targets puts real pressure on the business.
Yeah.
What happens if nothing changes?
So what happens if nothing changes? I think we're still going to be stuck. We're going to remain at the same place we've been, and we will not be able to hit those targets.
Got it. So staying stuck, missing targets, definitely not where you want to be. How long has this been going on?
Yeah, this has been going on for about 2 years, thereabouts.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. 2 years is a long time to be dealing with this. How has it affected you personally or your team?
Yeah, that has made it difficult for us to be able to, like I said, meet our targets, and things of that nature. So we need a solution that can help us to meet those targets right away, right immediately.
So it's really about getting results quickly and finally breaking that cycle. Let me ask, if you picture 6 to 12 months from now and nothing changes, what does that mean for your business?
Yeah, that means we're stuck. It means we stay the same way we've been, basically. So we're trying to improve and make things, make more sales, basically.
Understood. Thank you for being so clear. Last question before I walk you through what we can do. Roughly, what kind of investments were you expecting to put toward solving this?
All right, so we're looking at maybe something between $1,000, $2,000. So do you have a solution for me that's falls within that range? And can you give me the details?
Great question. I want to make sure whatever I recommend actually fits what you need first. And it sounds like you're looking at around $1,000 to $2,000 to solve this. Give me just a second to think through what would actually make sense for you. Okay, based on everything you've shared, the follow-up delays, lost deals, needing more sales close, and your budget range, I believe we have something that can help.
Okay.
Would it be all right if I showed you exactly how?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. So, based on what you told me, the right fit is our gold package. Here's how it works. The gold package automates your lead follow-up. So
okay.
Every new lead gets it. Thanks. So here's what the gold package actually does for you. First, every lead that comes in gets an instant personalized follow-up. No more waiting a week or two.
Okay.
Every lead that comes in gets an immediate personalized follow-up. No more waiting days. The system handles replies, books calls, and keeps the conversation moving until your sales closer steps in. Second, it qualifies leads automatically, so you and your team only spend time on the ones most likely to close. You mentioned limited manpower. This takes a huge chunk of manual work off your plate, so your closers can focus on finishing deals, not chasing cold. Does that make sense so far?
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Great. Last piece. Gold package also tracks every conversation and flags leads that go cold, so you can re-engage them before they're lost. And earlier you mentioned losing deals to competitors because of slow follow-up. This keeps your pipeline warm and active, so you don't miss those opportunities. How does that sound so far?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd like to know, how much does this cost?
Absolutely. I'll walk you through the investment now. The setup investment for the gold package is $1,800. That's 1800.
Okay.
And there's a monthly retainer of $600.
Okay.
600. That covers your tools, tokens, and ongoing support. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel that that's within my budget range.
Great to hear. So with everything we've covered, the instant follow-up, qualifying leads, and keeping your pipeline warm, do you believe this will get you the results you're looking for?
Yeah, I believe this will get me the results. But how about what's the guarantee that this would basically not break down?
Good question. If we had a guarantee, would that help you feel comfortable moving forward today? Just want to make sure I understand where you're coming from.
Yes, I think
the gold package comes with
okay.
Perfect. The gold package comes with a 100% money-back guarantee if the agents don't meet the requirements we agree on with evidence. So you're fully covered. Does that help you feel comfortable moving forward?
Yeah, I think that's comfortable. All right. So now I've done 9 minutes on this call, and I'm going to end the call. So you can see this is VAPI at work, right? This is the automation at work. It sounds so human, and it sounds very intelligent, right? You can see when I ask questions, or when it asks questions and I give it response, it's able to kind of like, or when I ask questions, it's able to respond to my questions in a very, very intelligent way. And this is a game changer, right? For companies that rely on calls being made to prospects to be able to close their sales. This could help coaches, this could help finance companies, this could help any business basically that relies on calls. And the interesting thing about this is, while this is English, this can be done with other languages. So we can do this with Arabic, we can do this with French, we can look for a different voice, a female voice, we can change the character. And of course, this is at a lower cost, right? This agent or this AI automation can make several calls at the same time. It can make calls 24/7 and then at a very, very, very low cost, right? So, and if you want to build this for your business, for your company, feel free to reach out and we'll be happy to work with you, to collaborate with you, to help you build an AI sales call agent that is going to deliver the sales targets and the kind of results that you want. Thank you.